9:46 now. Jurgen Klopp has been speaking at his pre-match press conference ahead of Manchester United against Liverpool on Monday night. Live on talkSPORT from Old Trafford, he's confirmed that Firmino will be fit for Old Trafford, and he was listening to talkSPORT on Saturday. Oh no, following Man United's defeat to Brentford. Jurgen,
it was that bad. I drove home. I watched the first half here, I think. Then I drove home and coincidentally listened to talkSPORT, and Gabby, he lost against us 6-0 in my first year. I couldn't remember him as a mentality monster on the pitch, but what he said about United in that show, I was close to call in. And I was close to call in and tell him, you forgot completely that you have been a player. It's unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And if ex-players go already like this, then you can imagine how everything else is going. So now you just have to ask yourself, how would you want to react in a situation like this? And you would, of course, fight back. That's completely normal. That's what we expect. But now the good news is when we play United, it's anyway always the same. So it's always like this, and it's from our side like this. And we play United away. It was never easy. Will never be easy. So we try to do our absolute best.
Wow, the Gab father, Jurgen's after you. You have to keep Sonny and your boys around you, Gab father, because Jurgen, he's gunning for you. What did Gabby say? I don't remember.
That's what I want to know.
Have we got the audio of Gabby? What did he say?
Just
having a Man United, wasn't he?
Can we get a reaction from Gabby or not?
He's gone into hiding.
We're trying. Imagine if Jurgen phoned up. The chunk will be like, yeah, all right, who's this? Who are you kidding? Who's this? Oh, dear. He'll be cowering in his boots as we speak, the Gabby.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair to Jurgen, he's listening to the programme, so that's good.
Yeah, what Jurgen's basically saying is, listen, they'll be hurting big style.
Of course they will.
Yeah,
every player.
So this is not going to be that easy. He'll know there's going to be beware of the wounded animal. He knows they're going to fight for their lives against Liverpool,
especially against Liverpool. Yeah, that's their big.
Well, you'd expect them to.
It's a massive rivalry between both clubs, and it's again we go back to, you might look at Liverpool a little bit more quality, but it's 11v11 now on a day, isn't it? And you've got to give everything. Manchester United players have got to give everything they can. They got to walk off that pitch and say, look, we might have been beaten, but at least we showed a bit of pride and we had a real go. That's what Man United fans want to see this weekend.
I like Jurgen. I don't know about you.
Oh, it's brilliant.
And listen, he won't be pressing panic buttons. We know City have looked supreme again, but Jurgen Klopp, two games, and they played well. They just haven't taken chances. So he's a man of a wealth of experience. That's when no panic.
I think Jamie said, didn't he? Man United could go down. I said, what? They'll still be looking at top 8, top 6. I know they've had 2 bad results and it's been a bit of a shambles, but I think it depends. It's early days, though.
I think
Trev.
It depends who they get in. I wouldn't say that they're going to go down, but there's certain ex-players that have captained the club that have come out and said, "Listen, you're not too good to go down." I was in that West Ham team that got relegated with 42 points. If you start terribly, which Manchester United have, and that continues, then it becomes an issue, and then people do start talking about you being in a relegation battle.
That was an interesting one, Trev. Willie Morgan, you remember the flying winger?
Yeah, that's it. Willie Morgan. Yeah.
Willie turned around and said, "We were a better team than this mob, and we went down."
Exactly, and that's the problem. When you have got good players who've done it before in the Premier League, and you start badly, it's almost like you start looking at each other. Who's going to win? Who's going to be that trigger to get us going again? And if you keep on looking at each other too long, and it gets too deep into the season, it's very difficult to turn it around. But looking at this, I've just look at the game last season when Liverpool humbled Manchester United. I don't see much improvement in the Manchester United squad. And whereas with Liverpool, they'll be hurting as well because they've not got off to an ideal start. 2 draws. I think they've been quite fortunate to get 2 points, looking at the balance of playing both the Palace game and first and foremost the Fulham game. So they'll be hurting. So it's not like you're playing a Liverpool team that are going to be going in there complacent. That's a Liverpool team that are going to be getting a dressing down off Jurgen Klopp and going to be going out there to play for the jersey and play for the futures at Liverpool.
So Gabby will be back tomorrow on talkSPORT for the full-time phone-in on talkSPORT with Jamie O'Hara. I can't wait. You're going to be listening.
You're going to be listening.
I'm going to miss a couple of races at Chelmsford just to hear this. We'll be hoping that Jurgen doesn't call in. Whoa.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.